Rhodes. Of note here tonight, we mentioned the new trainer for Kurt Scooby, that being Hector Bermudez, where Scooby now lives with Bermudez in the firehouse. However, Bermudez not in his corner here tonight. His understudy and former fighter himself, Mark DeLuca, is in his corner here tonight. So we'll see if that will have any effect on Scooby here tonight as they trade jabs to open up round one.
Well, I haven't said anything about the fashion yet today, but I like Scoob's boots. They almost look like black Air Force Ones, a version of those, if I'm not mistaken.
Definitely modeled after that. I like to see the defense that Scooby's going to show us tonight. He just slipped the jab because he got caught earlier.
Little feint there.
So Rhodes looking for a couple right hands on the inside.
Yeah, Rhodes is no slouch. You know, he's been in there with guys like Schofield and Lipinets, lost to those guys, but he seems to be a very, very smart fighter. He understands the game. In the fighter's meter, he explained what he thought was all of the shortcomings of Kurt Scooby.
I mean, you're talking about a guy with almost 40 fights, 39 fights. I mean, there's a certain level of experience, and a lot of those wins, most of them, it's not a walk in the park as he lands a right hand on the side of Scooby's head.
A sneaky jab there from Scooby at the same time. Scooby fires his own right hand, backs the Hackman up, caught glove, but you can just see the weight of the punches of Scooby, the physical strength, starting to move Rhodes around a little bit. Nice heavy jab as well.
You know, Rhodes told us that he felt that Kurt was green at times, and he still sees that in the ring in certain decisions that he makes, like little nuances that he's noticed.
And maybe he's noticing a couple of new nuances now.
Especially inside the ring.
Right, like catching some of those shots instead of getting hit with shots he might have gotten hit with before, just thinking about offense.
And Kurt looks like the stronger man immediately. It's visible as this fight starts. Even not landing shots, but moving balls around.
Nice right hand there from Scooby, getting there first. Now brings a chopping right hand down as well.
Ooh, I wouldn't be surprised if Rhodes would get dropped with a jab, because this jab is looking really, really strong from Scooby.
And that's what led to that clean 1-2 landing. That was perfectly placed, and it started from landing the jab and getting your distance, which is something that he's obviously added to his repertoire as of late.
Rhodes says that Scooby tends to think a lot in there. He doesn't look that way tonight. He does look like he's doing what Rhodes says he doesn't do, and that's flow.
And let me add that this is a thinking man's sport.
So Rhodes looking for that counter right hand a moment ago. And that'll do it for the opening round. As we head back to the corners, and as mentioned, Mark DeLuca in Scooby's corner here tonight.
Yeah, heavy on the one. He's a little elusive, right? Because he's the first couple rounds, right? So he's a little elusive. You gotta keep the 9 on.
I think I want to see Kurt Scooby go to the body. Go to the body, because Rhodes is not a slouch. He understands the game. He knows what to do in there. He is not going to get hit by every shot. So those 1-2s are not landing clean all the time. Go to that body. Set up the shots upstairs. Make him look for body shots and then come up top.
Round 2 underway. Good start for Kurt Scooby here against the 37-year-old veteran Haskell Rhodes. And, building on the point that we were making in the opening round, Scooby kind of echoed some of the criticism that was levied towards him in the early stages of his career. He said, hey, listen, I was just an athlete before. Now I am a boxer.
Right. And,
well said.
Credit to him to taking this veteran on. I mean, he pretty much told us that he begged to be on this card. He wanted to stay busy and stay active, even though there are other fights down the line. He said, no, I want to fight on this Philly card, and here we are.
He's definitely showing me some new looks. I like that he's catching shots now, and I think maybe Mark DeLuca told him exactly what I was saying earlier, is go to the body, because he came out through 3 jabs to the body.
And he just landed
the 4th one.
And he just landed 2 jabs to the head and then 1 to the body. So, I mean, obviously the most important punch in boxing is just so underused at times. But Kurt is definitely using it today very well.
Rhodes talking to Scooby as he has been since the early going.
But not doing too much talking with his fists. I mean, he's throwing punches, but not landing much.
Well, this is what we often see in fights, where Rhodes maybe isn't at his best. What he's able to do no matter what is be a little bit of a disruptor. He's not going to let you do exactly what you want to do in each and every round. And even already, I'm sure he's showing Scooby things that maybe he hasn't thought about before.
Right. Which would make Scooby a better fighter should he get past this test.
Well, when Rhodes throw the jab, I like it because it can land, and it has landed. And I also like his lateral movements right now because it's causing Scooby to reset. See, there's the jab.
Great jab, landed up.
Good right hand as well. That heavy left hook, again, caught by Rhodes, but you just see the weight of these shots kind of visibly moving the feet of Rhodes when they do land, or not land, when they hit something.
Because Rhodes he's blocking it partially and he's rolling with it, and that's why I say Scooby go to the body.
And speaking of blocking, Scooby's also catching Rhodes' looping right hand. He caught it several times, so he's bringing that guard up right away. Great work in the gym that they're putting in up there.
Interesting decision here for Rhodes. He's starting to work a little bit on the inside.
Yeah. Good combo landed by Scooby there, looping right and hook.
That one too. Scooby got in there.
I like to mention what Barack mentioned earlier. I like to see Scooby go to the body more. He hasn't went to the body yet effectively. And maybe that'll slow Rhodes down.
Closing moments here of round two. Good action in that final minute.
I think the shot that's open is the left hook right up the body, right up the middle.
Scooby.
Let me take a look at the punch stats thus far. You see Haskell Rhodes actually outthrowing Kurt Scooby to this point. Well, landed shots fairly even as well. As expected, Haskell Rhodes giving good competitive rounds to Kurt Scooby already.
Oh, definitely a close fight. Maybe the harder punches, not maybe, but the harder punches are coming from Scooby because they're actually shifting the body of Rhodes, but Rhodes is touching him.
Begins. Interesting shift in strategy from Haskell Rhodes there in the second round. Starting to work on the inside a little bit, and that's where a guy like Rhodes could show some of those veteran intricacies, those little tricks on the inside. Even though Scooby is the bigger, more physical fighter, Rhodes has a pretty extensive background in grappling and wrestling as well. He can hold his own on the inside and had a little success there last round.
Right. I agree with you to some degree, Corey, because even when they're in the clinch and they're working on the inside, Scooby's, to me, is doing more of the damage because Rhodes' body is not stable. He moves. As soon as Scooby lands a couple of shots on the inside, he's ready to get out of the kitchen.
He's smiling now, talking to Scooby. I think he's doing a psychological game, which is part of the fight game, because as he mentioned to us in the fighting meetings, he's looking at Scooby as a guy who's questioning it himself. After the loss to Dakota Linger, one fight after that, going down to 135, he's saying that, okay, I'm scared of these guys at 140. That's what he think is going through Scooby's head.
He mentioned that, but Scooby's body language is not saying that.
Of course.
Good jab.
That's the jab I was talking about earlier from Scooby.
Scooby's definitely the twitchier, sharper fighter here tonight, and he's landing a lot more jabs than people realize here. I'm watching it very closely.
Scooby winding up that pull counter right hand.
And missed, but he should have followed that up with a left hook because the head was there.
And Rhodes was out of place there, so he could have even lunged in with that left hook.
Yep.
It's a shame we don't have the fighters mic'd up because I feel like following this dialogue would be pretty entertaining. It is ongoing.
What he's saying is, Rhodes is saying, I'm right here. He's trying to say that you're not really hitting me flush. I'm right here. And you still can't hit me.
Yeah,
but he's getting touched.
Absolutely. And this sport right here is judged by rounds. So even if you're there, you're losing the rounds, buddy.
But that's the thing. He's just playing that psychological game, trying to throw the fighter that he feels is green off a little bit, trying to take his confidence away from him.
And a fighter who he thinks may be lacking confidence or is struggling to get it back.
It's not working today, so far.
But see, I'm going to tell you how you know that he's taking Scooby seriously, because he's going for every fight.
He's hurt.
Still smiling, still smoking jump to Scooby, but was very hurt by that right now.
Referee's watching closely, saved by the bell. Perfectly timed right hand and placed.
I was going to say that's one way to stop Haskell Rhodes from talking, but that didn't actually accomplish that.
No, he's not. He's not stopping.
I tell you what,
he might be talking, but he gave him a mouthful, Scooby, right here with that straight right hand.
Perfectly landed shot. And I tell you guys, I can't say this enough. It's about distance, right? When you start to land a jab, those right hands are going to land right on the button because you're at the right distance.
Yeah, he caught him at the end of that. The end of that shot. It was beautiful. Fans are loving it.
Back to action here. Haskell Rhodes, not an easy man to drop, and certainly not an easy man to stop. But Kurt Scooby looking dangerous here already. And he is hunting Rhodes down here at the beginning of round 4.
Now he's going to the body, Barack, and Rhodes is talking a little less at the beginning of this round.
Yeah, just
a lot less.
Just still got to be careful in there. You don't want to take an unnecessary shot yourself.
Obviously, the respect has been gained since that last round.
Yeah, I think Rhodes is he was just taunting him because he wants to take away his confidence, because he knew, like I said before, he's going for all of these feints because he's feeling the power of Scooby.
You see, even in these moments, guys, the development of Scooby. You know, in the past, obviously, we've seen him hurt fighters before, and Kurt Scooby in the previous era, going after guys, could look a little bit out of control. It was brute force. Right now, there's a lot of thought being put into what he's doing in pursuit of Haskell Rhodes.
Right, he's being defensively minded as well as unleashing the offense.
Great body attack. And you know, Barack, you said it earlier, oftentimes fighters will say, yeah, I'm getting better, I'm working on things. Like, you can literally see it every single fight with Kurt Scooby.
He's not ashamed to tell you what he needed to work on, and what's going to be different. If a fighter was already confident about their offense, and then all of a sudden you make them a defensive fighter as well, their confidence goes through the roof.
Absolutely. Another stiff jab landed by Kurt.
Nice counter right hand and a left hook right behind it. And that's a shot that you were looking for too, Barack, just coming behind the right hand, wiping the table, so to speak, with the left hook.
Yes.
Right in that exchange, Rhodes landed a couple of body shots, but didn't face Kurt Scooby at all.
Oh, good. Did you see that?
Great slip hook to the body.
And then he went to the body with the left hook and just got another one. That's new Kurt Scooby. Not just letting your hands go.
Sometimes you need to get good at simple things and they'll take you so far. In this era of the new flashy, young pack of fighters.
Closing in on the final 10 seconds of this round.
I think Scooby just needs to stick to the game plan now. Don't get too laxed because you show that you can hurt Rhodes. Because Rhodes is a veteran.
Make sure
a good counter right hand to the body there, right before the bell, did Rhodes, as we head back into the corners. Another good round overall for Kurt Scooby. And certainly his family will be excited. There they are, seated ringside. We believe this is the first time that Kurt Scooby's child has been allowed in a venue to see Dad fight, so a special moment for the Scooby family.
I didn't notice that. You're absolutely right. We're always seeing him behind the scenes being carried, and now he's actually watching his father fight.
And he's not disappointed in his son so far.
I don't know. We need to go over there and ask his son who he thinks is winning. What's his scorecard say?
It's round 5 underway. Kurt Scooby and Haskell Rhodes. Scooby's had Rhodes on the canvas already, which again is a relatively rare occurrence. Haskell Rhodes, an incredibly durable veteran, kind of a bit of a gym legend in Nevada. If you think of anyone between about 130 and 154 that has ever been in the state of Nevada, Haskell Rhodes has probably sparred with him. Most notably, many, many rounds with Floyd Mayweather, as he once trained with Floyd Sr.
And as of late, he's sparred Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Liam Barrow. He gets that work in with the best of them.
Scooby corner right now yelling, you see everything, you see what's coming.
It's because he's also a defensive fighter now. It's pretty great. And Rhodes is trying to, get him into a firefight, probably hoping that he can land something, because he's trying to be a little bit more aggressive here.
If Kurt, can get to the point where he would score a stoppage against Rhodes, it'd be big. He's only been stopped once in 6 years ago.
Yes. Nice hook on the inside there from Rhodes.
Might have been caught by the glove, I'm not sure. Walked in with a nice jab.
Drive-by jab there from Kurt Scooby.
Good move on the side. And, when we're talking about Kurt's technical ability and how much better he has gotten, but his condition is phenomenal as well. I haven't seen him take a deep breath yet in this fight.
And I think Rhodes was banking on that. Rhodes was thinking on, just getting a little bit more tired, especially by this 5th round. And I think maybe that's what Kurt is doing. He's preserving his energy. Just jabbing, not, picking his shots.
Yeah, not wasting.
A little bit smarter.
Being economical with it.
Because as he already showed that it only takes one shot.
Well, no doubt that was a part of Haskell Rhodes' game plan here tonight, that if he could just slow things down and get Scooby into the second half of the fight, that perhaps there'd be some opportunities that open up. But Scooby has looked as relaxed as Rhodes hoped he would be in this fight. As Scooby jumps in with a left hook, partially blocked. We will head back to the corners.
Scooby walked back to the corner.
Right before that leaping left hook was a feint.
Yep.
That set up that hook.
Well, Jake Paul returns to the ring on June 28th when he'll take on Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in a cruiserweight bout that will be broadcast live on DAZN pay-per-view. The undercard also includes a unified cruiserweight title fight between Zurdo Ramirez and Uniel Dorticos. That's exclusively on DAZN pay-per-view. All smiles in the corner of Kurt Scooby. Tonight's trainer, Mark DeLuca. Has become somewhat of an understudy of the aforementioned Hector Bermudez. And DeLuca with his own fighting background, with a military background, just watching him here in the corner, he seems to have the right temperament of a communicator, of a leader. I'm liking the energy in Scooby's corner at the moment.
Seems like they're connected, you know, and he can stay calm because they're connected, and he's a smart guy. He knows what to say. I think he's giving them the right advice.
Blood starting to cover the trunks of Haskell Rhodes. I believe some blood coming from his nose that was treated in the corner.
Look, we're in round 6, guys, and I'll tell you the most important punch of this fight so far has controlled it has been Scooby's jab. Everything has come from that. And if you see Rhodes' left eye is already swollen shut, almost shut.
What I like about this is that Scooby is showing that he can control the pace of the round without just being overly offensive like he normally would be.
Like you said, picking the shots.
And listen, I think we could go so far as to speculate this is a broken nose. When you look at the swelling underneath both of Rhodes' eyes, the blood that's coming out of the nose right now, that is probably a busted nose.
Yeah, and that's probably from the solid power jabs that are being landed throughout this entire fight.
Right, and even the smile of Rhodes looks a little bit different. It just has a little bit discouragement written on top.
Different type of smile.
Nice right hand
Nice
there from
one, too.
Scooby, and that one backs Rhodes up. He felt that one for sure.
And it was a nice pullback one, too. Step back, created some space, and landed it.
One thing Rhodes knows how to do is he knows how to fight. He knows how to stay on his feet, you know, and he feels like he has these veteran tricks that Scooby's never seen before.
Well, none of them are working so far. So credit to Scooby
is the face of the
at this
hurt
test. Yeah.
Good left hook there from Scooby, and that's a pattern that he's picked up on. Rhodes kind of slipping to his right to try and turn the corner, try to hold on, and he's meeting him with that left hook, throwing it downwards as he throws that right hand downwards, a chopping shot that sprays blood across the ring.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
Rhodes is in serious trouble now. The legs are wobbly. The blood is flowing. And Scooby is bloodthirsty as he hammers away at the Hackman.
I think his corner needs to, you know, grab that right down.
I agree.
I see it on his face. He's had enough. A tough kid. He's not gonna stop.
Absolutely.
Somebody needs to save him.
And I think the ref is looking close.
Heard Scooby hunting for the knockout here tonight. What a result this would be for Kurt Scooby, the Hackman, in serious trouble.
If he
Absorbing some more body punishment. And his corner is going to have some serious decisions to make right now.
I'm not sure if he gets out the corner and gets off the stool, Corey. The doctor has to be coming up there to look at him.
Well, if that's the case, I highly doubt it will be the decision of Rhodes himself.
Oh, no way. No way.
I'll tell you what, Kurt Scooby's head trainer Bermudez is, I think, in Belgium somewhere, and if he's watching, he has to be extremely proud of his fighter tonight. As I said.
And that is it. This one will be waved off. The correct decision in the corner of Haskell Rhodes, a proud veteran that needed to be saved from himself here tonight. Kurt Scooby, just too much. What a performance.
Team Rhodes was not going to stop that fight. I saw a little veteran move by his trainer. He untied his right sneaker so that, you know, to give his fight a little bit more time, the referee would have noticed that and said, hey, tie your shoes.
A dominant win for Kurt Scooby. And listen, Brock, all week long, you were hearing the whispers of, hey, is this Dakota Linger 2.0? Same type of matchup. The veteran with a record with some losses on it, who can throw in high volume when he's at his best. But tonight, Kurt Scooby just had every answer for the old vet in Haskell Rhodes.
But those whispers were coming from you.
I heard them from other people.
And a couple of other people as well. And you know what? I understood those whispers, you know, but I also understood that you got a man that really went back to the drawing board. And that's what a loss can do to you, and that's what it did. Like, Bermudez is just a scientist. I've had long conversations with him. He knows exactly where he went wrong, and he knows what to do, and he made the proper adjustments. Very evident tonight.
We see the old veteran Haskell Rhodes giving Kurt Scooby some advice.
Yeah, I think
take a look back at this.
I think he was probably telling him, you know, wow, you know, you did things differently. You know, caught him with that beautiful right hand. Yeah. But I think he surprised him tonight, and not just with the power, because everybody knows he has power, but with the defense, with the pace that he set, which was very surprising, and that jab was phenomenal. All of these shots is bad intentions, but he was already hurt by this point in the fight. Rhodes wasn't going to give up, though, and the referee stopped the fight. Great fight.
All right, we are ready to make this one official, so let's send it back up to Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the corner of Haskell Rhodes deems him unable to continue at the end of the 6th round. For your winner by technical knockout, Kurt Scooby.
Scooby picks up the 17th win of his professional career, one of the most impressive ones on his resume thus far. The double tough Haskell Rhodes, not an easy guy to stop, but Kurt Scooby overwhelmed him here tonight.